What is up, best ones worldwide? It's the best one, Donnie here, back with a brand new Brooklyn Nets rant video. Feel like I haven't done a rant video since I've been covering free agency all summer long here on the DBTV channel. Before we get into this rant, if you're not a best one yet already and you're a Brooklyn Nets fan like myself, recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications, because of course you already know the grind is real. And this rant video, I want to rant about Kevin Durant. And a lot of people have been, talking about KD, and seems like KD is, clapping back at, Brooklyn Net fans for, caring about him in Phoenix and still continuing to slander him. And I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on KD and really, dive into what I think about him. And you're entitled to your opinion. If you don't like KD, you don't like KD. But if you're open-minded like myself, please, listen to the entire video and hear me out. And this is coming from somebody who wasn't really the biggest Kevin Durant fan until he, became a Brooklyn Net. And in OKC, I liked him as a player. I enjoyed, his game, but I wasn't the biggest KD fan. Then, of course, when he went to Golden State, I wasn't happy with that decision that he made. And when he joined Brooklyn, I was excited because in Brooklyn, we were the laughingstock of the NBA for quite some time. And we were known for one of the worst NBA trades of all time when we traded for an old Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. And getting Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and DeAndre Jordan, that was a huge thing for Brooklyn. And the more Kevin Durant played in a Nets uniform, the more I loved and the more I respected his game and what he brought to the city of Brooklyn and what he contributed not only on the court but off the court as well. And out of the big three in Brooklyn with, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant, let's be real here. Kevin Durant gave this team everything he had, more than what Kyrie and James Harden brought to this team combined. And you have to realize, the reason KD signed with the Brooklyn Nets was because he wanted to play with Kyrie Irving. And the reason why Kyrie signed with the Brooklyn Nets is because that's the team he grew up liking. That's the team he grew up watching because he was born in New Jersey, where the Nets originally were from. And the reason why KD wanted to come here was to play with Kyrie Irving. And it's not Kevin Durant's fault that Kyrie didn't want to play for the Nets and give everything he had to this team. Because if Kyrie wanted to give us 150% every single time, we would have a freaking championship by now. But no, we don't have a championship by now because Kyrie Irving got caught up in the NBA drama, the whole mask mandate, injuries, and a lot of off-court bullshit. That is what caused the Brooklyn Nets not to win a championship. Kevin Durant was out there trying to win a championship with Bruce Brown as our second best player. And you have to realize we were literally Kevin Durant's toe away from winning a freaking championship. Yet Brooklyn Net fans were still slandering him, were still annoying him on Twitter. And don't get me wrong, Kevin Durant, is taking the bait. He keeps tweeting back at these Net fans and continuing to dig himself a bigger hole. But I'm going to come on here and give you guys my thoughts about KD because I don't understand the slander. I don't understand it. Out of the big three, he signed an extension with this team. Without that contract extension from Kevin Durant, we would have never gotten Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and all of those freaking first-round picks that we're waiting on. We would have never got any assets if Kevin Durant never signed that extension with the Nets. He clearly wanted to play here. James Harden, we trade Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, and all of our freaking first round draft picks. And I even got slandered from net fans because I didn't like the trade that happened. I didn't want to get rid of our young core, but everybody's like, well, we need to win a championship. So I listened. I believed in James Harden to help us win, but what did he go out and do? What he did in Houston, he cares about stats more than winning. And that's the reason why James Harden left the team. Because Kyrie Irving's drama, he didn't want to play with Steve Nash. And Steve Nash, don't even get me started on him. He's one other big reason why the Brooklyn Nets didn't win a championship either. Great player, horrible friggin' head coach. But with James Harden, I don't understand. With James Harden, he never wanted to play in a Brooklyn Nets uniform. He goes out praising the Nets, saying he wants to come play here, and then he goes out a year later saying he wants out. He never wanted to play in Brooklyn, always wanted to play in Philadelphia, this and that. Yet he's even wanting to leave Philadelphia. James Harden is bouncing now team to team, yet we're still blaming Kevin Durant. I don't understand whatsoever. James Harden was never in good shape in Brooklyn. He cared about partying. He cared about stats more than winning. And he was really not focused on winning a title. And that's what really screwed us as well. And the injuries didn't help, but the injuries wouldn't have happened if James Harden was still in NBA shape. Now, Kyrie Irving, another person who's having a lot of drama off the court. Yet we're still blaming Kevin Durant, even though out of the three, Kevin Durant signed the extension. Kyrie wanted a max contract, yet he wasn't even really playing any basketball games for us. He was having issues, and that's why, there was drama with him in the front office. And I think that, the front office is still somewhat at fault for, our big three not, working, because there was a lot of miscommunications, and there's been multiple Brooklyn Net, players that formerly were on this team that have come out and even, criticized our front office. So I won't put the full blame on Kyrie, KD, or James Harden for wanting out of Brooklyn. There were some issues in that front office as well. And at the end of the day, it really comes down to, why are we continuing to worry about KD? Why? We have Mikal Bridges, we have Cam Johnson to look forward to, and we wouldn't have them to if it wasn't for Kevin Durant. Even though Kevin Durant didn't win a championship for the Brooklyn Nets, he still contributed somehow, some way, because this rebuild could be a lot worse. We could be in the same situation that we once were in 2013, trading away all of our picks and, getting old, veteran players like Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. We could be in a worse situation where Brook Lopez and Thaddeus Young are our number 1 and number 2 players on this team. At least we have something to look forward to. So why are we still on this whole Kevin Durant crap? I understand, slandering Kyrie Irving, and I understand slandering James Harden, but I don't understand Kevin Durant. I don't understand. And maybe a lot of these Brooklyn Net fans, they want attention. That's why they're going on Twitter being negative towards KD, because that's all KD does is tweet at people that talk negative about him. So maybe it's an attention thing. I don't understand it. I don't know. That's why I'm making this video, because I want to know down in the comment section below, what is our problem with KD? I don't understand it. Yes, he did have some injuries, throughout, his time in Brooklyn. The first year he signed the contract, he was out, recovering from his Achilles tear. I just don't understand the slander. We were literally a toe away from winning a NBA championship. He signed a contract extension. James Harden didn't sign a contract extension. Kyrie Irving didn't sign a contract extension. And another thing I want to say too. Why would KD want to stay with the Nets if Kyrie wanted out and we ended up trading him to the Mavs. It seemed like the Brooklyn Nets were going into a rebuild mode anyways. He was the only one left, and right now Kevin Durant is 34 years old. And he is, getting towards the end of his NBA career. And we all know when you're at that age, you want to compete for a championship. And realistically, were we going to win a championship this season if we didn't make that trade? Absolutely not. I think Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant were not enough to even get us past the first round. In my honest, truthful opinion, the 76ers would have beat us in that series with KD, with Kyrie Irving. That is the truth, because Brooklyn, we don't have the depth. We didn't have the depth at all during this season, except for maybe Yuta Watanabe, who is fantastic, and I think he's going to be a great piece in Phoenix with Kevin Durant. I still, thank KD for what he's done for his organization. I still wish him nothing but the very best. And I really hope there are some Brooklyn Net fans that understand where I'm coming from. And maybe, if there is, some people that have different opinions about Kevin Durant, then, in the comments, you definitely could, change my mind on some things. I'm very open-minded, and I just want to know what the problem is. But guys, if you enjoyed this rant video and me bitching about KD, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a best one yet already and you're a Brooklyn Nets fan like myself, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. I still acknowledge number 7 right here. I got his jersey. I still acknowledge him in Brooklyn. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow me on my social medias and other YouTube pages, all that down below. And of course, to all the Brooklyn Net fans out there worldwide and to all the best ones, we are taking over. Peace.
I hope you're ready for the comeback. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back.